Good morning, everybody. It's the 1st of June. We're Signal Centre Talking Ball. I'm Joe Neighbour, joined by Ian and Steve. All right, gents?
Morning all.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Yeah, all good.
Yeah, fantastic weather at the weekend.
Brilliant.
Looking like it's going to be another stonker today.
Yeah, looks lovely, doesn't it?
Bank holidays in Germany and France.
Oh, yes.
Oh, we might as well down tools then, surely.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was sort of going that way. Might as well
I'm
get
sure
on
I'm
board.
part German somewhere.
Yeah, we'll definitely get back into Europe. Forget about Brexit for the day. Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, that's done then. So how did it all go Friday? It was choppy, by the looks of things.
Yeah.
The month end.
Yeah, it was. I think the month end did have an impact on the dollar as well. Yeah, I think it was sort of seemed to do okay on the calls. There's a little bit of two-way flow, bit of a recovery towards the close on a few of the markets, and yeah, over the weekend I think we were expecting a little bit more from Trump, so there's a bit of a cautious approach to the weekend, and that didn't happen. So we've seen a bit of risk on this morning.
Yeah, he backed
based on
down,
the
didn't he?
result.
Really, with it.
Yeah, either him or Twitter back down. I don't know if Twitter's sort of
They censored the one he
censoring
really
him.
meant to send.
We had
Yeah.
Australian PMI out this morning, which was a fair bit better than expected.
Aussie currencies are having it, aren't they?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that took a nice lift. New Zealand dollar obviously on the back of it as well.
Yeah, interesting. Looking at a few charts on the daily basis this morning, and
Got anything you want to share?
yeah, a couple. I mean, I was just going through them and just introducing the MACD, which is quite a decent, moving average indicator, and highlights a lot of divergence a lot of the time. So it's good for that. This is Sterling Oz, just because you've just mentioned Oz. Obviously, the Sterling Oz move has been sustained since the start of April, pretty much all one way. But we are seeing the divergence hitting. So just got to keep my eye on that, because I think that can maybe offer some opportunity and maybe a potential for a bit of a turnaround. When this tends to happen, the reversal can be quite sharp. We've got made close to a bit of a crossover on that as well. So just watch out for that.
Divergence on the histogram there, was that?
Yeah, divergence on the histogram and sort of like come to the crossover. I've seen it in a few markets, but especially the sort of equity markets, you're seeing the sort of like the squeeze up in the FTSE that's had a nice little turnaround, but then sort of like fought its way back towards the close. And you're getting some divergence there on that MACD histogram, you see. And also,
was that, Steve? Was that a daily?
Daily, yeah. And also in copper, obviously this sort of this almost like flag ending wedge. So I'm sort of, although we're going with the trend, this sort of short-term trend on some of these trade ideas, I am cautious on them, waiting for it to sort of snap back. Again, we got it on silver as well. Silver sort of like rallying to the upside. Decent level to look for in silver. We're approaching this 1865 to 1890 area, where we've seen some decent reversal points in the past. So not far away from the September 19 high of $19.65. So a nice sort of impulsive move to the upside, but we're heading towards decent resistance, only about $0.50 away. They're the main ones I'm looking at. Again, on the Dow and the Nasdaq, we're seeing this bearish divergence. Obviously, Nasdaq quite close to the all-time highs again, although Dow's got a bit of a way to go. So technology taking the lead from there. Nikkei as well. We've got 78.6% retracement level in there. So a few things to watch for as the week develops.
Thank you for that. You found a lot more than I had to speak about. Ian, have you got anything you're looking at?
I was just looking at Euro Sterling, actually. I mean, we've seen sort of quite a decent leg to the upside. Obviously, that was that aggressive move higher than that really aggressive move again to the downside. And then we just, last week, spinning top maybe on the weekly chart. What I do
bit
like,
of indecision there, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and the daily chart, you've got this inverted hammer nearly. Or one thing that it does clearly show is that all the initial rally was was sold into. And then if you go to this time frame, we just got this 261.8% fib. I mean, that was 10 a.m. on Friday was Eurozone CPI. So I was sort of looking for a catalyst of why it might have turned over. But it was only really mildly worse than expected. So I don't know if that was it or not. We've had Barnier out over the weekend. He's been in the Sunday Times basically saying that we've got to relax our expectations with regards to Brexit. And that they won't agree to anything that might subject the Eurozone to any fragile. Let's have a look. What does he actually say? Bloomberg. We will not accept, never accept anything that makes the single currency more fragile. So I think sort of, I don't know, quite like this at the moment. I think you could have a decent move to the downside, especially considering that weekly chart is up near this fib. Because if you're looking at a sort of Gartley formation, it normally retraces close to the 50%, pulls back to around about here, and then rallies up to 78.6. So I think there's a scope for a decent move lower.
Okay.
But that's about all I'm seeing, really. That and Bitcoin, but I'm going to save Bitcoin for the gun to the head.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really struggling, to be honest, to find anything I like or can talk about, to be totally honest.
Yeah. Well, I think we've covered most of the markets there.
Yeah.
But I think for me, the sort of like that, the euro is quite a pivotal level now, as Ian's highlighted in euro sterling and even euro dollar as well. We've sort of we're approaching the swing high back from the 27th of March and just broken above that this morning. That's around 111.48.50. So decision time really. Are we going to get the sort of push through? That's what I was looking to do by a break of 111.50. So we're long of that at the moment, but it hasn't sort of had the real momentum. Maybe sort of like we're just waiting for people to wake up a little bit this morning after a lovely hot weekend.
Yeah, and of course, two of the big players in Europe are off today, so
Yeah,
that may impact things as well. Okay, so gun to the head on Friday. Just sort of revisit that. There wasn't much working for myself or Ian. Just share my screen. We had I had a short on the Eurostox 50. Very, very choppy on Friday, and unsure why. Maybe that CPI number that Ian mentioned was a factor. Steve, you were short of FTSE 100, and that actually made 1.6R. So very low correlation between the Eurostox 50 and the FTSE 100. It would seem.
Yeah.
On Friday.
Saved our bacon.
Ian had a 1R loss on Aussie yen. So overall, still a bit of a dip from the recent highs, but still looking good overall, of course. Dip in performance, notably from myself there. Can't buy a winner, it seems, at the minute. It's just the way it goes. But Steve, you're continuing your nice vein of form. So
yeah, well, I think that the whole thing we've got to think about with this gun to head, that really the most important number to look at is the pips.
You reckon?
I just spotted it. I spotted my pips. It's like 1900.
As of your Bitcoin calls.
The Bitcoin trades.
Oh, is it?
Possibly.
Just mere detail.
Okay, so Steve, pick us a winner, will you?
Now the pressure really is on. Well, I'll tell you what, the FTSE, I was really pleased with how that acted on Friday, and it got some, really nice follow through to the downside. And on the daily chart, that's an evening star formation. We've had this overnight rally. Even we opened up sort of like Sunday night around about 60.30, I think, on IG. Let me just double check that before I give any false information. Yeah, around 11 o'clock last night, opened up at 60.36, and straight up from there. I'm sort of thinking that's a little bit of on Friday. We obviously had a little bit of a pullback, maybe a bit of concern about what Trump might say, or more more detail on that. And we've had this rally, so I am sort of like negative on this because of this bearish divergence as well, and the evening star formation. So I'm looking to sell a rally at 61.95 this morning. My initial thought was to get short around this level, 61.50. So I'm going to go with that and hope that we have the same sort of reaction that we did Friday. So I'm going to short at 61.50. Oh, can I say 50 or not? It's 47. I'm trying to nick a few ticks there. 61.47. I'll place the stop at 61.97. That doesn't look right, but I think it is. Oh, where have I gone? Jump charts. Right. And the target on this trade is 60.47. That look 2-to-1. So that's all. I'm going to go for a nice 2-to-1 risk reward. As I say, ideally I would have been selling it a bit higher, but I'll go to this gun to the head and take it on from here. 61.97 stop, 60.47 the target, 2-to-1.
Cool.
Lovely. Good luck.
Good luck. Ian, are you looking at Euro Sterling or Bitcoin? Oh.
No, Bitcoin, mate. Bitcoin. I'll go to this chart first. This is the daily chart. The weekly chart, we've broken out of an expanding wedge formation to the upside, which has a bias to continue to the upside, but we're just stuck in this channel, and levels up here near this channel top have started to find a bit of selling interest. And if I go down to a shorter time frame, this is 3 hours, 261.8% fib here, head and shoulders if you squint. So left shoulder, head just coming up, probably forming the right shoulder here, and the R is nice if I just get a stop up above this previous swing high, a break of this support, and the measured move down is down here, which is also the previous swing high. So selling Bitcoin 95.58. I don't have to do anything else, do I? 90.20. Stop up there, 95.76, 96.55. So 5.55 R.
Trying to get your Pipcoin count up.
Yeah, maybe. You never know with shitcoin.
No.
Could go anywhere.
Okay. I'm looking at Eurocad today. Just had a look through all the charts, and there wasn't really much that appealed to me, to be honest. But this is trading in a bit of a range on the 4-hour chart. We saw a bit of a push up late on Friday, above this resistance here at 53.23, but then it failed and closed back below that resistance level, and now we're heading lower this morning. So I'm going to take a short and try and play that for a move towards the bottom of this range here, or where this support lies at around about 53. So I'm going to target 50, just in front of that, 50.55. Selling out market, which is 52.46, and I'm going to place a stop at 52.98 in front of the big number. Probably not the wisest decision, but it's just above that 4-hour candle, which obviously hasn't completed yet and won't do until 10 o'clock. But guns to the head, that's my preferred idea right now. 3.67R if it works out from here. We shall see.
Okay.
Okay, so anything else news-wise today? We've got some UK manufacturing data out at 9:30. I can see PMI forecast to be revised to 40.6, and then we've got US manufacturing PMI later, which is expected to rise to 43 from 41.5. So expecting a better number there. Asian markets outperformed by the looks of things overnight. That could be down to the fact that Chinese manufacturing and non-manufacturing remains in expansion, while the morning's Caixin manufacturing PMI outperformed with a surprise from 49.4 to 50.7. Obviously, we talked about Trump as well, and his response was lighter than many had feared. There is quite a lot going on in the US at the minute with regards to riots and unrest, which doesn't seem to be impacting markets whatsoever at the minute, but it's a pretty big deal by the looks of things.
There was a decent rally in London yesterday as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, quite a few arrested by the sounds of things. So yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that and see if that continues to flare up, and what sort of impact that has on markets. I mean, it doesn't really matter what it is these days. It seems the markets just go up anyway.
Yeah, not good, is it?
No.
Let's give out a bit more free cash.
So is there anybody else got anything to add before we wrap it up for the day?
Just one thing on FTSE. I know someone mentioned Head and Shoulders, and I just wanted to sort of point out the hourly chart that I was looking at for the trade idea today.
Hang on, there you go. Oh yeah.
And it's obviously nice little hourly candle here, a bit of a shooting star candle, and sort of the real reason I'm sort of looking to maybe fade this move. It's obviously high risk selling into the right shoulder. Because it hasn't sort of like obviously formed.
Yeah, the volume drop off as well, but looks.
Yeah. So where was that? What was that indicator we were sort of?
It's on the arrow.
That one, is it?
No, it's built in on the right hand side.
Left hand side.
Left hand side, sorry. Up. There. Anchored VWAP. Fourth down.
Let's have a look at that. Let's take it from the start here. Okay. So if it gets down below 6,100, I'll be a bit more confident on this playing out. The reason I sort of was trying to sell a bit more of a rally today was I wanted to have the stop clearly above the head. So that's the sort of like reason.
We're looking at 78.6. Is that on the right shoulder?
Yeah.
78.6
comes in at 61.88. So I don't know. We've got the nice little bearish candle on the hourly chart. So let's see how that plays out.
Great. Best of luck then. Let's wrap it up there for the day. Have a good day, everyone, and wear sun cream.
Yes, back to 50. Got to be in it to win it.
Oh no!
Have a good day, gents.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
See you later.
Cheers.